From once being the fastest growing family channel on YouTube to becoming one of the most hated names on the platform, DaddyOFive's story is one of the darkest downfalls in YouTube history. What started as simple family prank videos spiraled into disturbing emotional abuse caught directly on camera.
What is this?
Cody!
Tell me! I didn't do that! You tell me what you did! I swear to God, I didn't do that!
Cody!
Call over your apartment! I didn't do that! I don't have anything to color with you!
Why did you do that?
Leading to public outrage, lost custody of children, and a complete removal from the platform. But what most people don't realize is that the family behind DaddyOFive never fully disappeared. While the official channel was deleted, the parents Mike and Heather Martin quietly resurfaced online. First under the rebranded FamilyOFive channel, then later on TikTok under the name MummyOFive. And in 2023, they even attempted to relaunch themselves through podcast and music, seemingly trying to rewrite their image after everything that had happened. Yet, no matter how hard they try, the internet simply hasn't forgotten. In fact, their return has only reignited old issues and conversations about whether someone with a history this controversial should even be allowed a platform ever again. This is the story of DaddyOFive's awful return to the internet and how their lives have been completely ruined in the process. I'm Indart, and as always, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. From 2015 to 2017, DaddyOFive posted almost daily vlogs and pranks featuring Mike Martin, his wife Heather, and their 5 kids. Around this time on the internet, family channels were the absolute peak of entertainment. Therefore, the views climbed into the hundreds of millions, and the channel reached 750,000 subscribers. One of their most viral videos is the invisible ink prank, where in this upload, it shows the mother spilling fake invisible ink onto their carpet, then raging at their child Cody for making the mess himself. What's important to point out is that the parents pranked some of their kids a lot more than others. Their daughter Emma would barely react to any extreme prank they attempted to pull on her, while Cody would have an insane meltdown every time he was in the spotlight. And this wasn't an isolated incident. Other uploads showed Mike messing around with his kids, swearing at them, or encouraging fights between the siblings. What the Martins called pranks looked to many like genuine abuse. Therefore, it wasn't long before controversy started to spread about them everywhere online. By April 2017, YouTubers like Philip DeFranco brought massive attention to the situation, compiling the most disturbing moments into exposés that would unknowingly at the time be the end of their channel as a whole.
Then people start digging deeper on the channel and they find more and more instances of the kids crying and seeming in distress. One of the kids in particular, Cody, being pushed by his dad. Tossed and face planted by what now turns out to be his stepbrother.
Multiple viewers contacted Maryland authorities, which was the local police of the location DaddyOFive was in. Therefore, starting a formal investigation into the family's treatment of their children. Within weeks, Child Protective Services intervened. 2 of the youngest children, Cody and Emma, were removed from Mike and Heather's custody and placed into the care of their biological mother. The courts also issued a 10-year probation order forbidding Mike and Heather from posting any videos featuring their children. Faced with public outrage and legal consequences, DaddyOFive went silent. The channel was wiped clean, and both Mike and Heather issued a crappy apology video, claiming the videos were staged and that their children were never truly in harm's way.
In the video, he asked me if the videos were real. I tiptoed around it because I was scared. I was scared. But now I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. The videos are fake. They're fake. They're over-exaggerated. Some videos are scripted. They're just played out. They're the kids' ideas. We act them out.
And we've said that. I mean, we've said it's their ideas.
We've said it's their ideas. I put in the video description for entertainment purposes only. I categorize the videos as entertainment or comedy, something that I know. I've even used keywords a few times. I used the word fake in the keywords and stuff a few times.
However, the public audience didn't budge for a second. The only thing that would actually make it believable that all of this abuse was fake or all acting is a video of the footage they would have had to cut from their prank videos. I mean, if everyone was really faking all of that, surely there would be footage of the kids calmly giving their input on the scenes or direction from their parents. But all they have to do to clear some of this up is show footage, if it even exists. Which I doubt. It'd take a really good actor to convincingly fake the hurt in those kids' eyes and words. Here's where the story should have ended, but unfortunately, it was only really the beginning. After the apology, the Martins pivoted. They left Maryland for West Virginia and launched a replacement channel under the name DaddyOFive, labeling it as a cleaner reboot. It skyrocketed anyway, almost 200 million views and 400,000 subscribers before YouTube stepped in again. In July 2018, YouTube terminated the channel, citing child endangerment and prior strikes. A spokesperson at YouTube stated, "Given this channel owner's previous strikes for violating our guidelines prohibiting child endangerment, we're removing all of his channels under our terms of service." So, being banned from YouTube, what did they do next? They spread out. First, fan re-uploads preserved huge chunks of their videos on the Internet Archive and YouTube Mirror channels. These re-uploads continuously keep the controversy alive by making original footage easy to find. Secondly, the Martins tested other platforms. TikTok became their focus under the tag @officialmummyo5, which was later rebranded to the Martin Family. This account sits at just over 100,000 followers, but one of the scariest bios reading, "Family is everything. You can only fail if you quit." Accompanying this are multiple awkward videos admitting that Mike doesn't have the greatest past, but on Mike's official TikTok, things get a whole lot weirder. On @theofficialdaddyOFive in May of 2025, both Mike and Heather created a video where they got all their children featured together, all being grown up and able to take care of themselves, as well as including their biological mother Rose in the video, who seems awkward and scared that the family seems this happy with everyone, knowing how the parents used to treat her children. Thirdly, in late 2024, the DaddyOFive Show podcast appeared on Apple and Spotify with episodes like After DaddyOFive, Finding Myself, and A Road to Redemption. The episodes go through the years after the channel's deletion, and therefore it's a narrative that the Martins control, unchallenged by the YouTube policy enforcement. And lastly, Mike's music. He's produced songs such as Infamous and Breakdown, throwing the idea around that his past still haunts him, and probably will for the rest of his life. Although it seems he's struggling to make much of a career out of it when he only has around 300 monthly listeners. But here's the problem with comebacks on the internet. The evidence just never seems to die. When Business Insider reported the 2018 termination, it included a written statement that the Martins gave. They had, quote, worked very hard to re-establish and heal themselves over the last 18 months, and would produce videos within the strict boundaries they have set up for themselves. That promise hasn't convinced the broader audience. Every time a new clip surfaces, replies drag the conversation back to 2017. Other channels on YouTube have also continuously brought up the channel's past. Like in mid-2025, Pyrocynical's live channel discussed the Martins' attempt to re-emerge, reminding viewers exactly why the brand became a total catastrophe in the first place.
It's clear from the content that making music isn't just a passion from them, it's also very profitable. You know, they got a taste of that ad revenue, that sweet, sweet cash, but at the same time as well, it's nice to see that they're actually making content that doesn't involve, you know, basically taking advantage of their kids for monetization.
So where does that leave the family now? To be clear, the Martins insist that they've changed. In 2018, they said they were operating within strict boundaries. In 2024, podcast segments and TikToks talked about redemption and faith. The problem is that for many viewers, the only acceptable boundary is don't platform this brand again. But in July of 2025, things only went on to get even worse, when Cody would make the public statement, "I no longer associate with Mike or Heather Martin as of today. Please do not ask why or spread hate to their family." When people inevitably asked him why, he replied with, "Mike thinks I'm using him for money when he wouldn't have shit without me. He made fun of my family, so I cut ties. That bastard can himself for all I care. I just want my effing dad to love me." When rewatching the reuniting video, Cody is seen stating "leave us alone" in an insanely high-pitched voice.
Cody's got something to say. Leave us alone.
As well as standing a lot more awkwardly than the rest of the family. At the end of that video, both the mothers told everyone to F off.
All done.
So, like he just said, fuck off.
Yeah. Please, there you go.
Their TikTok presence still exists to this day, with the DaddyOFive account occasionally posting, but the engagement is a fraction of what they once had. Most comments are from people who remember the original scandal, and the reputation damage is so deep that it's unlikely they'll ever shake it. Even now, years after their fall from grace, they can't fully escape the past. Every time they try to restart, they're met with reminders of the moments that were supposed to be jokes, but instead became the very thing that destroyed their platform. In many ways, their lives are still defined by that downfall. They're no longer the center of YouTube drama and are cemented in the worst channels ever created on YouTube.